Good morning, people. Watch Women 65. Lisa Boyce here. Before I start, I'm going to tell you something. Lawlessness has taken over. I said this before. People want to defund the police, but the police departments and the police officers, they need prayer. I would challenge you, each and every one of you, to call your local police department and let them know that you're praying for them and that you have their back through the Lord. Because what's happening right now, and I'm going to tell you the truth, a lot of police officers are going to quit. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. I've had a few come on my channel and tell me that they've quit. I don't blame them of all this that's happening. Then to top it off, this article came out. Now the end begins. And I think this was on the Blaze as well. Not too many people. See, what's happening, and I'm going to be honest with you again. I can't lie or hold back. What's happening is that what's good is evil. And what's evil is good. That's what's happening right now. I think the Blaze has this article. My husband says something about the Blaze doing this too, but I got this off of Now the End Begins. It says Antifa, listen to this, seizes a Seattle police department, sets up its ISIS-style Capitol Hill autonomous zone as Mayor Durkin orders a 6-city block area abandoned. Now, this is getting ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. The police department already, and I'm not, you know what, don't get me wrong, but without lawlessness, with lawlessness, everything's going to fall apart. This is biblical. But I can't, what I'm seeing before my eyes, the prophecy is coming to pass. But what's going to happen is this is going to ignite civil war. I can see that now. I'll say it again, and I know people don't get tired of this. I know I never get tired of hearing this. We're on our way out of here. The church is on its way out with the harpazo, the rapture, the catching away. We're on our way gone. It says here, Antifa rioters in Seattle appear intent on creating an autonomous state. Not unlike the ISIS-run territories in the Middle East or the surrounded proto-communist experiment of the Paris Commune in 1871. It says, as the carnage continues to rise, the dead bodies still piling up, and the hundreds of millions of dollars in damage to American cities. This decimates mostly minority-owned businesses. Just keep telling yourself that this is about police brutality. Just keep telling yourself that these actions are to honor the memory of George Floyd. Just keep lying to yourself that this is about freedom and new beginnings. It's nothing of the kind. Now, they had all this coverage over this man. And don't get me wrong, once again, I don't want nobody writing me saying, oh, well, you're just saying that because George Floyd he was a good man. I don't know whether he was good or not. That's not the point. The point is, like I said a few minutes ago, what's good is evil, and what's evil is good now. They have all this coverage on each and every channel of this man's funeral. Not one time did I hear or see anything about that officer's funeral who died to protect either another officer or a store owner. Mr. Dorn. Very, very little coverage of his funeral or him. Like I said, what's good is evil, and what's evil is good now. This is the time we're in. Oh, speaking of which, what about COVID-19? Oh, that's right. The World Health Organization has scaled back on COVID-19, saying that asymptomatic people don't carry it. Who would have thunk? Then what was the purpose of then what's the purpose of wearing face mask? That's right. That's right. To hide all the faces of the rioters out there. Give me a break. This thing was a joke from the beginning. It was all planned. It says here, just keep telling yourself. Jeffrey has excellent articles. Just keep telling yourself it's all about freedom. Go ahead, just keep kidding yourself. Just keep telling yourself that. It says here, for rebellion is the sin of witchcraft, as stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because that thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. 1 Samuel 15:23. Antifa forces have seized a 6-block area in Seattle, including the police station. I'm going to link this article in the description box, and I want you to see this. This is what it's come to. Including a police station. You'll see in the photos. And their useless liberal mayor has ordered the officers in this area to stand down and allow the area to be taken. This is happening with consent of the city council. Wrap your head around this. I can't even speak. The Bible says that rebellion is just like witchcraft, for it is Lucifer who rebelled against God from the beginning. Antifa is a demonic organization. What will you do when they try to take your town? This is why you pray for these police officers in your town, in your city. Have their back through prayer because they need it. They're coming up against an evil entity they can't fight. Because the powers that be, their superior powers, their bosses, are going on the side of these terrorist groups. So they have no other backing but prayer. That's the truth. Antifa rioters in Seattle appear intent on creating an autonomous communist state. Just as the Islamic State ISIS claimed territory in Iraq and Syria, Antifa militants have claimed territory in Seattle, Washington. According to reports on the ground from the post-millennials Andy, I can't pronounce his last name, and town halls, Julio Rosas, protesters and Antifa instigators have seized the land in the Capitol Hill around the Seattle Police East Precinct. Like ISIS, the rioters appear to have decided on setting up a government in their occupied territory, naming it Free Capitol Hill. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan is allowing a dangerous situation to fester. Antifa militants have taken over and created an autonomous zone in city with their own rules. Police precinct abandoned Antifa set up barricades to create a border, calling for volunteers to provide armed guards. This came out yesterday. But I don't hear anything on Fox about this. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Folks in Seattle have secured 6 blocks and barricaded it. I'm gonna put this in the description box because I want you to see this. This is coming. This is coming. But also the church is going. The church is leaving. I want you to look up. Like I said, just stay prayed up. Pray for these officers. They're facing something that's I've never seen in my life. And I'm sure they haven't either. A lot of people are going to quit, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Why would you stay in this? Keep them up in prayer, and you keep looking up also, because we're getting ready to get out of here. My prayer is that they get saved. A lot of these officers get saved. A lot of other people get saved too, because our time is limited. There's something going on seems like each and every minute. That's why I know our time is limited. I'll be back later. Thank you.